All right, my name is JD, and we are here with Rich Prim. Is that correct?
That's right, JD.
Awesome. For 7 laps in the Corvette Z06 C7 here. Now, the mirrors, they are set up for me. Just want you to focus on your driving. Just remember, keep the eyes up, kind of scan the road. I'll walk you through the whole process. I'm also going to take care of passing out on the racetrack.
Yep.
If we come up behind another car, just wait for the 4-way flashers to come on. Once we get those flashers, I'll let you know where to pass and which side of the track to do so. Now, overall, fun car to drive. It has quite a bit of grip, quite a bit of power as well. Just be smooth. Build up the pace each lap as you get comfortable behind the wheel of the car. Smooth on the steering wheel, smooth on the throttle as well. Just no sudden jerks or movements or anything like that. Want to be firm on the brakes. Slow the car down before you turn in. As you start your turn in, we're going to slowly release the brake. That's going to balance the weight throughout the car. Once we get to the apex, I'll have you start unwinding, straightening that steering wheel out. And as we straighten the wheel, we just want to squeeze that throttle. Exactly. Now, the paddle shifters, they move with the steering wheel. There you go. Right paddle is upshift, left paddle is downshift. You can rest your fingers on the paddles around the racetrack. If you could please just wait for me, I'll call out upshift, I'll call out downshift as well. We're pretty much just going to be using 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear around the racetrack. Any questions before we get you going?
No, man.
Alrighty. Turn the steering wheel left 1 full turn for me, please. Right there's good. We're going to press down on the brake pedal. Now, whenever you're ready, we're just going to pull forward and we're going out to the left here. Down to the end of the parking structure. Wait for the Ferrari here. Go ahead and pull forward, you're set. And we're going out to the left here. We're going to pull next to that stop sign.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Sorry, JD.
Next to the blue cones. All right, track is clear. Gentle on throttle, straight on out. Ready when you are. We'll go ahead and upshift. Follow this out to the left, upshift once more, and straight line to the green turn-in cone. We're going to turn into the apex on the inside. As you unwind to the exit cone, squeezing the throttle down the straightaway. Upshift. At the orange cones, we're going to brake downshift. You're fine. Turning into the bottom of the racetrack, down to your apex, release the brake. Squeezing that throttle, just stay left of the racetrack. Orange cones, we're going to brake downshift once. Start your turn in up to the apex, releasing the brake. Work your way back to the right of the racetrack, up over the hill. You're fine. Turning in up to the apex. Scan those eyes across. Work your way back to the left. Just a little brake to the turn-in cone. Long right-hand turn up to the apex on the inside. Work your way back to the right of the racetrack. Squeezing that throttle. Little brush on the brake. Turn in. Straight line to the turn-in cone. Stay wide. Downshift once. Up to the apex on the inside. As you unwind, squeezing the throttle down the straight. Brake firm, downshift once. Little more brake all the way down to the apex, releasing the brake now. Squeezing that throttle, keep those eyes up. Unwind. We're going to brake firm, downshift once as you start your turn in, releasing the brake good. All the way back to the right of the racetrack, up over the hill. Brush the brake, turn into the apex. As you unwind, rolling back on throttle. Brake firm, all the way around to the apex on the inside here. Just try and look a little bit further ahead, back to the right of the racetrack. We just want to brush the brake, turn in, straight line to the turn-in cone. Brake, release the brake up to the apex on the inside. Squeezing that throttle, keep left. Brake firm, hard, downshift once, down to the apex, keep turning right, release the brake, back on throttle, exit cone, keep left, good. Braking firm, hard, downshift, turn in, all the way up to the apex, back to the right here. Work your way back right. There you go, over the hill. Turn in, up to the apex. Unwind, nice and smooth. Brake firm to the cone. Long right-hand turn. Nice and smooth up to the apex. Squeezing that throttle back to the right. A little brush on the brake, turn in. Straight line to the turning cone. Little brake to balance the car up to the apex on the inside. Use all the racetrack, squeeze that throttle. Upshift. Upshift. Orange cones, brake hard, firm, more brake, downshift, turn in, bottom of the racetrack. Try and use a little bit more brake pressure initially.
Okay.
Keep left, nice straight line, keep those eyes up. Brake firm, hard, downshift, as you turn in, releasing the brake. Middle of the racetrack, squeeze throttle back to the right, over the hill, there we go. Start your turn in, up to the apex, release the brake. Try and get a little closer to that apex. Little bit of brake to the turn-in cone, starting your turn-in around to the apex. We're going to let one Ferrari sneak by, keep to the inside. They're going to go by on the left. Little bit of throttle for me. Squeeze that throttle, you're all set. Start your turn-in, straight to the turn-in cone. Little brake to balance the car, scan those eyes across. Use all the racetrack down the straightaway. How we doing?
Doing great, man. That's awesome.
Keep it up, upshift. Upshift, at the cones, brake firm, hard, lay into them, downshift, down to the apex, no more brake now, squeezing that throttle, unwind out to the exit cone, good, keep left, keep squeezing, we're gonna brake firm, downshift, turn in, releasing the brake, balancing the car, back on that throttle, unwind over the hill, start your turn in now, release the brake up to the apex, squeeze that throttle, unwind that steering wheel.
Sorry, bro.
No worries, just use a little bit more of that racetrack and that'll help keep it a little bit more stable, looking good. Back to the right. Just a quick brush on the brake, turn in, back on throttle, straight line. Brake firm, release the brake up to the apex. Scanning those eyes, down the straight. Up, good. Upshift. Straight ahead, brake firm, hard, straight, downshift. Releasing the brake down to the apex, good. Squeeze that throttle now. Exit cone, keep left. Nice line. Brake firm, downshift once. Turn into the apex, scan the eyes across. Work your way back to the right. Good. Quick brush, turn in, release the brake. Start unwinding. Just a hair late there.
Yeah.
Keep squeezing. Brake to the cone. Releasing the brake all the way around to your apex. Back to the right of the racetrack. Start your turn in, straight to the turning cone. Little bit of brake, balancing the car up to the apex. No more brakes, squeeze that throttle, start unwinding, use all the track. Shift. Up. Brake firm, straight, downshift once. As you turn in, release the brake down to the apex. Squeezing that throttle. You followed the Porsche's line that time. Keep those eyes up. Brake straight line, downshift once, run your normal line to your apex. There we go, squeezing that throttle back to the right. Start your turn in, up to the apex, no more brake. Back on throttle, start unwinding, keep squeezing. Little bit of brake. That was our 7 laps. We're gonna follow the blue line through the yellow cones. And
right here?
Yep, exactly. Follow this in, and it's going to be a tight left back into the pits. Very nice. Another lap. We would have had that Porsche GT3 straight in. What'd you think of the Corvette?
Dude, that's fantastic, man.
American muscle, can't go wrong.
Feels great, dude.
Yeah, this thing screams down the straightaway. It's
Yes,
pretty cool.
it does.
Very first row, up alongside the building for me. Just follow this up. Very nice. Down to the right here. And we're going to park to the right of that black
GTR?
Corvette. And yep, exactly, in between the GTR there. Right, you're right. To the right some more. Straight in, perfect.
All right, how bad was it, JD?
Overall, not that bad. You're definitely not the worst of the day. I can promise you that. Promise you that.
Not the worst. I'll take
Definitely
it,
not. You got faster and faster with each lap. Overall, you were driving nice and smooth, which is good. We want to be smooth around the racetrack because that helps us carry
man.
more
How much
speed.
more aggressive do I need to be?
Honestly, you don't need to be too much more aggressive. I would say just a little bit more aggressive on your initial brake pressure.
Yeah.
Just to kind of slow the car down a little bit more initially.
All right.
But honestly, as you were driving into the turns, you were carrying a good speed in. You were getting the car down to the apex. One thing to just try and work on, exactly.
Look for my exit.
That's one of the biggest keys when
Trying
it
to
comes
find my
to
exit.
exactly just keeping the eyes up. You just want to stay one step ahead of the car. The further ahead that you can stay, the further you look ahead,
Right.
the more track that you can use, the more prepared you'll be for that next step, for that next turn coming up. A couple times we had the tendency to kind of lower the eyes down, and once that starts happening, that's when we start to kind of miss those apexes, or we'll miss the turn-ins. But overall, it was smooth, very nice. Questions for me before we get you out in your next car, if you're driving anything else?
Yeah, I mean, like, when you're sitting on that last lap,
Mhm.
I stomped the shit out of the brake.
Mhm.
Excuse me. I stomped the brakes hard. I mean, is that exactly what you were wanting? Is
Yes.
stomp the brake hard?
Yeah, I mean, we wanna get most of the braking done before we
your turn.
even start our turn in.
Okay.
Once we start moving that steering wheel, we're not braking to slow the car
Yeah.
down anymore. All we're doing at that point with the brakes is just putting
Like
the
third
weight
or
on
fourth
the.
lap, we broke loose at the end of, is it turn one or turn two? After the straightaway, the big turn with the wide exit.
Turn two
I
there
broke
at the
way.
end
I
of the-
broke way late, and
And that pushed us wide.
Yep.
Yep, and that's what that is. So as soon as you hit those orange cones, you'll brake firm, get the car slowed down, and then start trailing off the brakes, and that's when you start kind of judging that entry speed. Now what I'll do is I'll stop this video here. We can grab any pictures you want. If you want to roll your window down there and she can grab a couple pictures, feel free. I'll stop the video here and then I'll come around to meet you.